Namaskar. In my previous video, I told that I am returning from Patna after DMC to my home. I reached home after nearly 2 months away from home, engaged in Jamalpur and Benares and Ananda Marga Training Center, etc. Lastly, from Patna, with the permission and the blessings of Baba, I returned home. When I reached home in Koilandi, my family members were there, but they were not expecting me at that time from home. In spite of their effort to find out me where I am, they could not find a solution. Anyhow, when I reached there, along with the family members, some of my friends and Margi brothers and friends from nearby places also reached home to know about me and my experiences in Jamalpur and with the Baba. I spend my time normally with the family members and engaged in some tuition work and other things. But I do not know what will be the future. I could not continue my education at that stage there. And it was happened in the month of first or second week of June. After 2 weeks or 10 days, I received a notice from Employment Exchange of Calicut, directed me to appear for an interview for consideration of the post of a government welfare hostel warden, Badagara, where I was a student 4 or 5 years. That from my education from 6th standard to 10th standard up to SSLC, I was during that period I was staying and studying in the hostel. And in that hostel, fortunately, I got an appointment after interview, and it was a temporary post. Anyhow, it was happy to me and to my family members that I got a job after reached home within short time. And people nearby places were telling that as it is maybe due to the grace of or blessings of my Guru. Okay, then I joined there in the first or second week of June, and I had to stay there with the students and to look after their everything. There were 30 children were there, cook, watchman, and every other subordinate workers are also there. Fortunately, well-known Dada was here at that time, and the Marga Dada used to visit my place, and we used to talk, and he encouraged me to engage some work. Meanwhile, a teacher who was working in the government high school, Koilandi, a drawing teacher, he got a transfer to Badagara Sanskrit High School. Badagara Sanskrit High School is very near to 10 minutes or 15 minutes walk from the welfare hostel. Daily he used to, on the way to school, he used to come to a hostel, and we had good discussions about the work. He was a very some experienced and very interested person in Ananda Marga. His name was Kunyikanna Kurupu. Then while I was working there, I organized a big meeting, general meeting in the hostel, engaging the children, public, and any other people who are very much interested in spiritual things. And fortunately, one ashram was there, Siddhashram was there near the hostel, and that ashram side, they were conducting a hospital, Ayurveda hospital, Siddha medical store in Koilandi. That was the place where my mother went and wept several times, inquiring about me. Anyhow, with the help of the teacher who is working in Sanskrit High School, Badagara, we organized a good meeting there. and I spoke on the subject Ananda Marga is a way of life. It was in Malayalam. It took 10-15 minutes, and everybody was very happy and praised me. Then I also organized a good gathering in the hostel, and teachers and that work other workers and children became very much enthusiastic in understanding and studying some yoga. Then after that, also public meetings were organized in Madagara Secondary School Training Center, TTC, Teachers Training Center, and Theosophical Society, etc. And all these places, Marga work was going, and as per my knowledge, I used to take some of the teachers or some friends to engage this meeting, and that such a way the work was very nicely going on. I was very happy that I could spend my time with the children, residents who are staying there in the hostel, and I teach them prayer, and I make a systematic way of life there. Within 1.5 months, I engaged my rest time to the giving tuition to the children, poor children. They were all from financially very backward class. So I took this as a golden opportunity to teach the children to do moral study, moral stories, and yoga and meditation to the extent that I can. Then within this time, there was an advertisement in the paper that in Trivandrum, Accountant General's office, a recruitment is going to be held for the post of a LD clerk, lower division clerk, which is standard is considered as a SSLC, and on the basis of the SSLC standard. Then I applied for that and got a notice for attending the test, and in continuation of the test result, interview was also held. Since I got a top rank in the written test, I also attended the interview, and Baba's grace, I got the selection as a clerk, LD clerk in the Accountant General's office at Trivandrum. That is a central government office. After spending 2.5 months, this was happened in the August and September. Within 2 months, this election was over, and I got an appointment order to join the Accountant General's office as a clerk. And I resigned the job for Badagara hostel warden and joined Trivandrum as a clerk. That was on the 6th of October 1964. From that day onwards, I came to know, I got some idea and address of the Acharyas working in Trivandrum and Kerala, different places. Acharya Pranavanji was the main Acharya working in Kerala that time. And another person named Acharya Sundaram, a Malayali, who came with me to Jamalpur for surrendering his life for the mission. Also posted in Trivandrum as a Malayali Acharya. His name was Acharya Sundaram. He is from Koilandi. He was a teacher of the Koilandi High School, as I mentioned in the first video. Then we both, Malayalis and Pranavatmanji, were engaged in doing prachara work in Trivandrum, different places of Trivandrum. After my office time and holidays, I fully utilized my time for the Ananda Marga prachara work. First, I met there was a unit, Ananda Marga unit in Trivandrum. Mr. Ganavadi Margi was the secretary of that unit. I met him. It is in the East Port, a lace trading company was there. That was utilized as a ashram or a yoga meditation center. And we were holding the weekly meditation there. And several Margis around Trivandrum and around the place. And some of the teachers from colleges, like engineering college, few. and in the medical college 2, 4 or 5, and agriculture college 2, 3, and Ayurveda college, etc. Teachers and children were attending the DC. It was nearly 60 to 80 or sometimes more than 100 persons were attending the DC, holding their lace trading company. The company was owned by Mr. Sundaram, S.V. Sundaram. He is a native of Dindigul in Tamil Nadu. He was a good Margi and always doing Baba's work also, part of his business work. Then we planned to make so many prajar work. First we tried to make a yoga seminar, 1 day seminar or 2 days, 1 day seminar with different places. Arivikara is a place nearby 8 or 10 kilometers away from Trivandrum Center. We organized a medical camp there, 1 day medical camp. Mr. Panikar was an assistant engineer of PWD. He organized the camp, and 30, 40 people attended the camp. Among them, some prominent Margis are there and local persons, and that was a village area. So from the different parts of the different areas of the village, people were attended. We conducted Narayana Seva. Narayana Seva is the concept of Baba to serve food to poor people. We conducted there, and yoga teaching was I got a chance to deliver a speech in Malayalam. At that time, after training, from the training experience, etc., I was able to give the ideas of Ananda Marga, the philosophy of Ananda Marga, how it relates to our day-to-day life, etc. After that, and it was the first time that outside the city, Ananda Marga function organization was doing the camp. And in that camp, 2 or 3 acharyas were attended. This was a very inspiring and attractive camp. After a few days, we again organized another camp at Nayar Dam. Nayar Dam is 15 or 18 kilometers away from city. That camp was also organized by our beloved brother, Mr. Madhav Gutti Panikar. He is working in the PWD, and it was not difficult to get the rest house, PWD rest house for this function. That function, we got permission. We have conducted all these things we were doing in Sundays or holidays outside the office hours, holidays outside the office hours, etc. There also gathering was very good. Very much gathering was there. Nearly, I can say that below 70 or 80 people were attended. There also Narayana Seva was conducted. That is a free supply of food, and the Margis were arranged that thing. After that, not only next month, I think, after that, some camp at which is Valley was conducted, the beach side. Beach side is a fisheries megala. So many people attended the camp, and we also constructed a small library there on the place belongs to the public government place with the permission for permission, not for permanent, a thatched library for the use of the residents of that area. And many people were very one Sridharan, I think Sridharan, who was working in PNT department, gave us help and support to construct this library building, not building, a thatched place, thatched home there for attending the children engaged their time in library. There was no library from that place, and there also we conducted a good Narayana Seva program. After 2 months, 1 month or 2 months, in the Hindu Mata Grandashala, near MG Road, and a very good library, as well as a hall, auditorium, etc. All the Sundays, some speeches were going on there by the prominent personalities regarding the Vedas, Upanishads, etc. Fortunately, we got Achan, we got permission for conducting our speeches or Ananda Marga functions for 7 days continuously. Our brother Acharya Sundaram Acharyaji took this initiatives, and he was delivering speeches for 1 hour daily. 7 days it was continuous. And in that function, I had to give this welcome speech. And in the welcome speech also, I delivered all the things which I had studied and delivered previously. And our brother Gopaleshanji was the district judicial magistrate working in Trivandrum that time. He inaugurated the function. I gave the welcome speech. That continued for 7 days. And after that, there was a medical camp in Tamil Nadu border, Kolachil, and concentrated on the Nagarkovil, based on Nagarkovil. It is amazing to say that 12 doctors, house surgeons were engaged in the medical camp for 7 days. House surgeons, 3 house surgeons from Kerala and 3 house surgeons from Chennai, Tamil Nadu that time, all engaged, and the paramedical staff engaged, and the Dr. Subramaniam of Nagarkovil lead the camp. And medicines were collected from different places, Mumbai, Calcutta, and other Chennai, and every other places. And the medicines were also distributed according to prescription of the doctors. And it was a great camp and appreciated by everybody. This was the first time that Kerala medical camp for 7 days continuously conducting. All these things, my participation, I participated very actively in all these things. And with me, one brother, Muhammad Ibrahim, he was working in veterinary department, a good sadhaka and good singer, very devotee. He also all the time with us, and to all these organizing these things, and some other persons were there also. All the names are I not remembering. Anyhow, Sri Bhaskaran Nair, he was the Malayala Rajyam manager. Malayala Rajyam was a newspaper published from Trivandrum, and he was a manager. Then one Kannaya Chettiar was assistant collector, retired, and Madhavuti Panikar, and all others were also engaged in all these activities of Ananda Marga. This way, the things were moving very smoothly. And I also this time joined the evening college for completing my degree. After the office time in the evening, I attended the evening classes, degree classes, and I within 4 years, I completed my 3-year degree course. That evening course was 4 years, meant for 4 years. All the employees and some others. This way the things are moving very nicely, and I was engaged all the time, as I told, outside office hours in this activity work. Then there was a proposal for conducting DMC Dharma Mahachakra in Trivandrum, and the Margis put the proposal, and Baba agreed subject to the condition that to conduct this DMC Dharma Mahachakra in the presence of Baba, there should be an ashram or Jagridi, a small ashram Jagridi, or an Ananda Marga school, at least in the nursery level. It was very difficult for that time to open in a school or construct an ashram. Anyhow, with the help and cooperation of the senior Margis, we organized to start a school, and we got a rented building in Jagadi near Ullur's house, poet's house. Near that house, we got a house, and we arranged starting the opening in a school. And Baba agreed, and at that time Gopalakrishnaji was there. The Gopalakrishnaji, whom I mentioned previously, working a senior Margi, also working there in the Trivandrum as a district magistrate, judicial magistrate, and the proposal was agreed by Baba, and we decided to make arrangements. Baba's residence in Gopalakrishnaji's house at Shangumugam. The Gopalakrishnaji was staying in Shangumugam. But unfortunately, the program could not be conducted. And that is the reason was that but we did not know the unknown reason. We did not know. Anyhow, Baba knows everything. But in the previous day of the DMC to be held, we got a message from Chennai. Baba was that time at Chennai, that due to the bad weather in Chennai as well as in Trivandrum, the flight is not coming. Flight cancelled. Up to noon, there was a pleasant climate. There was no symptoms of rain or wind. But after 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock, suddenly the rain started and the wind started, and nothing can be seen due to the bad climate, bad weather. And the flight was cancelled, and also the program of DMC was also cancelled. There may be some unknown reason. We do not know. Anyhow, it has happened like that due to the bad weather. The program to hold the DMC at Trivandrum, that was a place we selected, was a Sakodra Samaj Hall near Vanchur. That was also was cancelled, and Baba went some other places for conducting DMC. Then again the same, the work is going on, local work and the prajar work, different way. I was engaged, and I used to visit some of the Margi's house or prominent person's house, and from Trivandrum, from Ernakulam, our brother Professor I. Velayudhan used to, and with the family used to come to Trivandrum, and we will meet, and he will discuss with me. He was a good devotee and worker, and his wife Rukmini Amma was also a good singer. She was a devotee of Krishna, and she used to, that time there was no Prabha Sangir or Kirtan. She used to sing for me. I like to hear a song. Several times I visited Kanyakumari with them. They used to take me, the professor and his wife, and used to take me to Kanyakumari also. That's this way the local work is going on. At that time, some other work also started. That's it is proposed to publish a magazine named Ananda Yugam, and from Trivandrum we collected the matters there. I have published an article in that, known to my first visit to Orissa, or with my first visit of Gurudev in Orissa. It was a 2-page article, but it was appreciated, and by everybody. They all came to know about my visit to Orissa and the gift which I got from our Gurudev, etc. Then there was some other DMCs also conducted. One at Ernakulam, one DMC at Ernakulam. Baba stayed in Professor I. Velayudhan's house. Another 2 occasions, Baba stayed in Gopalakrishnaji's house. That time he was working in Ernakulam. Again, after some times, there are some experiences here and there with me, and all other things I have explained in my personal experience in my book detail, and here I am not again and again explaining it. And in Ernakulam, after the Ernakulam DMC, one DMC at Trivandrum was also arranged. That time Gopalakrishnaji was working in Trivandrum as a sessions judge. He got a promotion and again transferred to Baba's grace. He was working, got employment in, he has to work in Trivandrum or Ernakulam. This was very much helpful for Marga's work. while he was working as a sessions judge in Trivandrum, he was residing in the Gopalakrishnan was residing in Kavadiyar at Kavadiyar, that is Jawahar Nagar. And at that time, Baba came and DMC was conducted near a private building in Velayudhan. So many persons were gathered, and nearly 300, 400 persons were there and attended the DMC. These are the things going on, and Gopalakrishnan was always, and with his family was always engaged and enthusiastically doing the Marga's work. In this thing, there is one thing I have to mention, especially two things. One, while Gopalakrishna's house, Baba was residing, Baba was staying, that DMC, next DMC day later, I have given the duty of a VSS, volunteer social service worker, and I have to take security work of Baba's room. One thing which I have noticed, he had mentioned in some other book, my book. Anyhow, once more I am explaining it. It was an amazing thing. I was near Baba's room after 10 o'clock as a security, and I have given the strict instruction that nobody should be permitted to enter Baba's room without the permission of the Baba's PA. I was take care of these things, and after some time, door was not fully closed, but semi-closed. And I noticed that somebody was talking in the room, and I heard that. And then Baba was walking from one corner to other corner and showing some actions with the hand, mudras with the hand. I was surprised. What happened? Anybody has entered the room? I do not know, without my knowledge. And then if it has happened, it was a wrong on my side. Wrong on my side, I should not have permitted. I should have noticed it. But when I looked through the door in a corner of the room, Baba was again moving from here and there and talking to somebody else. But I have not seen nobody there in the room. After 5 minutes, Baba, that talk was over, and then Baba came out and he touched my shoulder and asked whether I have taken food. This was a I became very, very happy. At least Baba came and asked me about this. That day I could not attend many of the programs, Baba's program, because I was engaged in the work, DMC work here and there, several works. The youngest are three or four of us, 2 or 3 of us. Myself, that is Muhammad Ibrahim, whom I mentioned, and 1 or 2 youngest. All others were elders, and they were doing the financial and other help to organize the DMC. These are the things. And things are over. And again, when I have, before concluding, I have so many things to say. I have to mention one or two things. Then we have, our attention was to conduct the opening in a school. Then we tried several times. First it was open, and a school was opened in Jagadi. No, Jagadi could not be success. Then we moved to Pujapura, then Mudavan Pujapura, and one building rented, then again another building, and thirdly, we purchased land and building in Pujapura, near post office. And our beloved brother Vasantanji was at that time in leading all these things. He took Vasantanji, one Shanmugam Pillai in Trivandrum, Kannaya Chettiar, and this Madhavankutty Panikar, Ibrahim, and so many other persons came forward and started the school. And it was a very happy news that the school has started in Trivandrum, Gents Dada's school. And later, and with the help of Shri Jayagumar, an assistant station master of Kalakutam, came forward, and he started a Didi's school in Peta. With his wife was the principal and other things. And that was the first attempts of starting Didi school in Trivandrum. It is to say that in all the places, I had my own chance, I have role to all this work. And lastly, one more thing I have to mention regarding Gopalakrishnan ji. I have several times told that Gopalakrishnan ji was worked as a he was from Palakkad. He worked as a in the district magistrate, then as a sessions judge, and again transferred to Ernakulam, and retired from service. After retired from service, he was attacked, heart attack, and 3 or 4 times admitted in the hospital, and died in his home, room. His home was, he was staying Ernakulam in Chittoor Road. And I met several times him, and we were very close. And several times he used to, Baba was very much happy with him. When I went to Jamalpur, Baba asked, how is my son Gopalakrishnan? This was, Baba asked me. When the general darshan time, Baba asked me, how is my son Gopalakrishnan in Kerala? I told he's okay. And Baba was smiling, and Baba was very happy. And at the time of death, his death occurred in his house. And at the time of death, his wife was there and very close to him. And she was expecting that Baba will inquire about Baba at the time of death, or at the bed. While he was lying, Baba may ask inquire about Baba, or if not wordly, but by bodily, Baba will show express his ideas in the thoughts in the mind about Baba. In the Supreme Command, it is told that those who do perform sadhana twice a day regularly, the thought of Paramapurusha will certainly arise in their mind at the time of death. This will occur in the case of Gopalakrishnan ji. His wife was expecting it. But Gopalakrishnan ji not talked or even looked at Baba's photo like hanging on the wall. This made her very unhappy, and she was very sad and disappointed. Oh, in spite of all works we have done, he has not remembered Baba, so that he might not have got a liberation. This was a wrong conception. She told me when I visited her home after the death, a few days after the death, when she told these things, I have nothing to tell her, but I know that it is not correct. Her conclusion, her concept, her thinking is not correct. This promise is to be fulfilled, and Baba is the Guru has to done it. Guru will do definitely. He has given the guarantee and promise, but we can't witness it. It is whether the person has remembered Baba or not. An outside person and cannot be measured or understand it. But she could not follow that things. Anyhow, that day when she told these things, I have now words to tell her. And then when I returned to my home, Trivandrum, that day I had a dream. That dream is I explain this. I used to explain these things. I want to explain these things. That dream was like this. This dream also I have written in my book, Chaitanya Divine Flow. And that dream was that after the death of Gopalakrishnan ji occurred, so several relatives and nearby friends all gathered there. When I visited his house after the death, and all were standing outside the room in the yard. A good gathering was there, and this body was lying, kept in the inside the house, and nobody was there near the body. And when I went there, I asked their family members to enter the room and see Gopalakrishnan ji's body. Then they told, you cannot enter now because Baba is there. Baba is there. They told Baba is there. Then all were standing outside. When I reached there, I looked through the door and saw that Baba was standing near his head. Baba alone was there. Nobody was there. Then I gave a namaskar, and Baba gave namaskar to me also. After that, Baba disappeared through back door. When Baba disappeared, all were entered in the room, and as usual, all the things, cremation and all other things were done. And all the functions were conducted, all the things were conducted as per the Acharya Ananda Marga Charya norms. After few days, I disclosed this thing to Didi, Gopalashanji's wife, and she was very much happy and satisfied. Then only she realized that her doubt is not clear. It was a suspected thing was not clear. Really, Baba, Gopalashanji might have, Gopalashanji remembered Baba, or Baba was there, presented there at the time of death, and he will definitely get what he deserves. What he deserves, that we do not know whether he, but anyhow, Baba, as per promise, Baba was there to see his bless his son. This is one thing. This is a very main point, main thing, reality, which I have seen through this dream, and this I have told. This type of several things are in my personal experience, and I have written almost all in my book. I published with books, that is Yoga Dhyana Anubhavangal, Experience of Dhyana. Second book, that is that's a Ananda Marga, Ananda Nagar is a beacon light of universe, a translated one. Third one is there's a divine light, divine flow. The divine flow is the in continuation of the first book, and all my experience and my connection work in Ananda Marga, all are here, and anything left that will continue in next video. Namaskar. Thank you.